Hello, everyone. My name is Tim B. Green, and this is Crush It Club, episode 14. Jab, 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 right hook. Jab, 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 right hook. Okay, so this is, let me do that again. Jab, 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 then right hook. This is the whole premise of this particular episode because I've been involved in multiple posting pods and other things like that, which are sort of trying to game the algorithm, but doing it badly. First of all, if we just all play nice with the algorithm, but it also played nice with us, it wouldn't be a problem. But everybody's so busy trying to serve themselves in social media that they don't realize that all the experts, and in this case, this is a nod to one of my favorites. Gary Vee wrote a book years ago called Jab, 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 Right Hook, which was excellent, by the way. So you can change this to give, 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 then ask. Unfortunately, what's happened, and the reason this came up for me is within a posting pod I was involved with yesterday, even the person who oftentimes insists, make sure you don't just self-promote, you actually give some value and occasionally self-promote. But then doesn't themselves give much value. So everybody thinks this is a good theory, doesn't understand where their social media efforts aren't working. And here's the secret. People are doing one of two things. They're either jab, 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 giving all the time without making any kind of an ask. And unfortunately, I've been doing that for over a year, and neither does that work. People will not volunteer to give you money despite any amount of value you give them or they perceive you to have. On the other side is right hook, right hook, right hook, right hook, right hook. Give me, give me, give me, give me. So come on, let's all get our shit together and do this right. So I'm talking to myself just in a different way than some other people. But on social media, I see a lot of people who are all about the right hooks. They're asking, asking, asking. They pretend that putting your website or offering your service, which gives good value, is giving value. That is not at all what Gary Vee meant when he said jab, 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 right hook. What he meant was give something of value, expecting nothing in return. 3 times. Then after you've given value 3 times, ask for something. And that could be as little as asking for an email address. It could also be asking for a sale. Hey, I just put out my new book, please buy it. Whatever it is. But most of the people I engage with, and I engage with a lot of people on Zooms, on a lot of seminars and everything, a lot of people have still lost sight of the fact that they theoretically know what they're doing. They claim to know what they're doing, and they're always insistent that they're always giving value. Yet when I interact with them, when they interact with anybody, it was like, here's my great service, here's my great product, please buy it. That is not jab, 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 right hook. Give selflessly value 3 times, then ask for something. And this is an important key to remember too. If you ask and they say no, your appropriate response is, that's cool. Then jab, 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 right hook again. There's some people who will never, no matter what, buy from you. But social media will not work for you if you don't give more value than you later ask for. So of all the people I know on social media, the vast, vast, vast minority do both parts of this simple formula. Give, 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 ask. If you want to succeed at social media, if you want to have goals that are worthy of having, and I talked about this in my two episodes ago about a bias towards results. Well, if you want those results, you're going to have to put in the work. And I think this is where most people go wrong, is like, I like the idea, I can kind of see how it works, but I'm too lazy to put in the effort. So instead of forgiving yourself for being too lazy, take responsibility for being too lazy. If you can't do it, that's cool, but come on. Most people, and as I said, I'm dealing from hundreds or thousands of samples on many network things. It is the rare exception. In fact, a friend of mine, Suzanne, put it really, really well when she said she was part of a networking group and the leader said something very wise. And that was, okay, who's here to get business? Everybody put up their hands. Everybody put up their hands because they were there for their own self-interest, and it hadn't even occurred to them how in social media they might best serve that purpose. They might best serve that purpose in a very, very simple way. And the simple way they could do that is by giving value first at least 3 times, a ratio of 3 gives to 1 ask, not 3 gives to 1 you owe me. For some reason, as simple as this formula is, and Gary Vee is continuously reminding and frustrated at people saying things like, well, how do I trick people into thinking that my ask or my right hook is actually a jab? And he goes, you don't do that. They're not stupid. Give 3 times, ask, and yes or no are both completely okay. If you freak out when they say no, like I've given you 3 times, it's your turn to go, that will not work. And you will look like the asshole, the selfish asshole you're behaving like. So don't do that. But you do have to put in the jab, jab, jab. You have to put in the action, 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 value, 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 effort, effort, effort to get it back out. So with a bias towards results, you have to put in all the parts, not only the easy parts. Pay your dues, give value, not what you think is value, but what your customers think is value, without obligation, 3 times, then ask. And as I said, even people who are supposedly the administrators of some of these groups doing this will give a thumbs up, likes are lazy people, or give good, thank you for sharing, and not actually sharing even 1 second of content like, I like that you said X. Even for a video like this, that's about 10 minutes long. If you watch the first 30 seconds, this is Tim, I really liked your comment about, I thought it was funny you actually did the action of a right hook. Why did you pause in the middle? You paused for a second and then you reached over and did something. Well, I shut off an alarm that was going to interrupt this video. But if somebody proves that they cared enough, that they were interested enough in what I'm doing and consumed enough of it and got value from it, just by proving they'd seen anything specific, even if it was in the first 10 seconds, that is giving real value back to the person who's put in the time and effort. Somebody recently said something to me that was really awesome. They just said, Tim, I've noticed you putting out a lot of stuff. You're doing great. That's it. I barely know this person, but it felt good and I like them more now, knowing that may be the only reason they said it, but they said it, they noticed my effort. Another friend of mine says oftentimes at the end of a conversation, I maybe see him every 6 months or 12 months. He's one of the nicest people you will ever meet. And the reason is at the end of an interaction, he looks at you, he looks into your eyes and he says, it's been a real pleasure. And he fucking means it. So if you want to get value in social media, you have to give it first and give it freely and without obligation. What am I going to say? Yeah. Jab, 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 right hook. My name is Tim B. Green. Bye for now. This is the end of episode 14. Jab, 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 then right hook. Please apply this information to learn how social media really works.